Welcome back to KSR Press. I'm Nejra. Joining us today is a Bosnian powerhouse. She's 5'4", 125 pounds with the power of a champion heavyweight. She can ground and pound. She can send you to the shadow run with a one-hitter quitter. And she's got a massive fight coming up Friday night, LFA 222 against Aline Pereira. Doubt her all you want to. The Bosnian bombshell got missiles for hands, ladies and gentlemen. Nejra Repp, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. Can't complain today, Eddie. Thank you. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Oh, I appreciate you taking the time. I know it's weight cut day. You got to fight like real soon. So I appreciate you taking the time. Nejra, I don't think people understand that your first fight wasn't 2022. You've been fighting literally your entire life just to survive. What was it like to grow up during that Bosnian war in the 90s?
I mean, it was tough times, if there's anything that I learned from that experience, the survival story of everything that I've went through is, the grit and the resilience and that, that's in my family and myself. So it's, like I always say, the fight itself, in the cage is nothing compared to what my family and myself have been through.
Yeah, I was reading your story about you and your brother and everything. It's a fascinating story. You're scrapping with boys. You're doing all this kind of stuff. It's like, man, that is amazing. Do you feel like living through such a difficult time gives you kind of a different perspective on like fear and pressure compared to other fighters?
It does. It molds you into the person that you are today. So for me, it's like, I can stress about the fight, but it's like it's what's worse, the fight
Yeah.
itself or not being able to eat for days, and this weight cut to me, it's just it brings, it's easy knowing that I can eat the next day. You know what I mean? Like there's food on the table, so it's not like not knowing, right, if we're gonna have food the next day, or if we can, or if we're gonna get attacked by a sniper or something like that. So the perspective, yeah, like we have it really good here. I guess is what I'm saying.
I was at your last fight and LFA 215 in Ventura, and we were talking to Mari Piccolo. Okay, when I heard the crowd go off when you were fighting Lydia Helena, and she kind of dropped with left hand. So I was like, oh, okay, that's probably it. I didn't realize the fight was still going. So when we were done with the interviews, I
Hmm.
come back and you popped right back up, like you worked your way back up and everything, right? Made it to the end of the
Hmm.
round, and then that second round, you came in with a hell of a right
Hmm.
hand, dropped her, finished her. But my favorite is you look at your corner, you kind of nodded. You kind of like, yeah, without like that kind of like bravado and everything. That was crazy. When you look back at that fight, like how do you look back at it? Because it was amazing.
Yeah, man, I grew up with an older brother, so you know what? I had to survive. So I mean, I look at that fight, I think we played it, we wanted to keep our distance and not, because we knew she came in pretty hot. So we kind of had a strategic game plan with that. And, yeah, I got dropped. It was almost like a flash, I was up in the matter of not even a second, but I wasn't gonna go down like that, and that's the resilience that we talk about, right? That kind of translates over into the fight. It's like you're gonna have to really put in some work to get me out of there. And I don't care who you are, right? So, but yeah, and then the second round came, and my coach was like, "You gotta go," and I was like, "Yes, sir." So, we went for it. So, yeah, that was a good fight. It was a good one. And the head nod at the end, everyone always brings it up, and
Yeah.
I didn't even try to do that. It just came out naturally. And I was talking to my husband. He's like, "You do that a lot he's
Yeah.
like, when we go shooting sometimes, and like
Yeah.
I hit the bullseye or whatever, and at the target, and then I
Yeah.
turn around, I'm like, yeah." He's like, "Why? It's just natural." So it wasn't even. Everyone was like, "Oh, that's a mean walk off." I was like, "I wasn't even trying to be mean.
Oh.
It just came out." So
No, that was swag.
yeah.
That was straight up swag. I loved it. I loved it. I was just like, because we were in the media section, we were watching the replay. We're like, damn. And then the head nod, and I
Hmm.
was like, oh, she's it. She knows she knows she's,
I was like,
she knows she got it. That was so dope. I loved it. I loved
yeah.
it. And that fight showed a lot about your game, but it showed a lot more about who you are because you got dropped, you defended chokes, and then you find a way to survive. Does that bring you like a bit of pride that you showed not only how tough and resilient you are, but then you got the knockout and you were like, yeah, I'm a badass. What's up?
It does. I mean, I think with anything in life, I always put in my all. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's at work, business related, or just whatever I do, I'm going to pour my heart and soul into it and go 100. Because then if I'm not, then there's no point of doing it, you know? So when I fight, you know, I fight in the cage, but then it's all the little things that I'm doing outside of fight camp, you know, you know, the nutrition, all that just plays and goes hand in hand. So, um, I internally know I'm a badass and I'm a killer, you know, and I don't have to prove anything to anyone, you know, I just got to go in there and impress myself. So, and I'm really looking forward to that fight.
No,
So.
I can't wait. You get this knockout. I'm expecting one of those. Yeah, let's go. I'm serious.
You want
I'm
the
expecting
nod?
it. I want the nod. Give me all the swag. Give me all the swag. All right, I love that kind of stuff, especially with the girls, because the guys show it and they're expected to be that, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm him and all that stuff. The girls rarely
Yeah.
do it. So when you and someone like you does it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm watching her now. Yep, she knows she got it.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
Yeah,
LFA
that's that
222.
confidence, right?
Yeah, exactly. LFA 222 Friday night, match in Tucson, Connecticut, taking on Aline Pereira. How you feeling coming into this one?
I feel great. You know, fight camp was brutal, as it should be, but it was what I needed, you know, to prepare me for this fight. So I feel really good in all aspects. And I say to everyone, you know, this is one of the fights where, you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, she's a striker. I mean, I just haven't been able to showcase everything. You know, every fight's different. So I feel like this is going to be the one where everyone can see that I am a true mixed martial artist. So.
There you go, man. If she goes in there and like you feel one of her punches, you're like, oh, you don't hit that hard. Are you gonna be like, all right, cool, let's see who hits harder and just throw it back at her?
I mean, wherever the fight takes, just know that I'm going to show up for it. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, everyone says she hits hard, but I also hit hard. So, you know, it'll be a good match.
Okay, if she didn't Google you, she in trouble. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, if she didn't,
I
no,
hope
no, no.
she's Googling. I'm sure
If
they
she,
did their homework.
hey, I'm telling you, they better have, because Helena looked like she was shocked that
I hope
you
so.
cracked her like that. That was
I hope
nasty.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I hope so.
yeah. Her last name carries weight in combat sports. We all know her brother's Alex Pereira, you know, UFC light heavyweight champion, all that. Does the name Pereira add any extra motivation or pressure for you, or is it just another opponent?
You know, I wouldn't say it's just another opponent just because I feel like you got to give credit where it's due, right? So I do think, you know, she's going to be an elite striker. I've seen some of her matches. But as far as the weight, I don't look at that. At the end of the day, you know, she's human, I'm human. Cool. It's nice that she has that name behind her, but I'm not going into the fight fighting him. I hope not. I'm going into the fight fighting her. So at the end of the day, you know, it's her skill set against my skill set. So I wouldn't say it intimidates me or makes me feel any certain way. Like I know who I am and what I bring to the table. So yeah, it is another opponent. It's another opponent that's skilled. But you know, I'm also another opponent that's very much so skilled. So no, it doesn't, I guess, intimidate me per se.
That's
It does
perfect. So
make me excited though.
I bet it does. Imagine that, adding that name to your resume.
Mhm.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, sir.
All right. A win gets you to 5-2, two in a row, and the winners call their shots, right? So who or what will you be calling for next?
I feel like this question was coming up sometime.
Yeah, yeah. It's got it. It's got it.
I mean, I don't. I'm still, you know, to be honest, I'm still growing as a martial artist. So whoever, I mean, LFA's been great to me. I think this is going to be my seventh fight with them. So all
Mhm.
my pro fights have been in LFA, and I always say, you know, Mark Beery is just phenomenal with the matchmaking. He does such a good job. So I don't know. I don't really have any call outs. It's not really me to do that. But you know, this fight, you know, sure, another KO, TKO. You know, I'm never hunting for it. It just happens naturally. But if I do, I mean, to be honest, we're like a flyweight that's all finishes, you know, and two decision losses. So I can't predict the future, but I hope, you know, I do think it's bright.
I tell you right now, if Mick and Sean are watching, like first of all, they better watch, right? Because if you get this knockout, like
Nick,
they are
yeah.
yeah, they are begging for flyweights that can crack like you do. It would be awesome to see you in the UFC, honestly. It'd be dope.
I mean, I think so too, and I'm not boring, so
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
it's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they're watching, cool. If they, want to tune in, that'd be great. So
Perfect. All right, let's do a couple quick fire questions. We'll get you on your way. All right.
sure.
Cool. Other than fighting and training, what's the most important thing for you?
My family time.
Yeah.
Really, just spending time with my husband and my dogs. We have two pit bulls that we
Mm.
adopted, and every time I'm in camp or I have to travel, it's always hard on me, especially as they're getting older, my
Yeah.
puppies. And just not being able to see my family, my mom, dad. I'm always just in that zone. So that's really the closest thing to me is out of camp. I just want to do the normal day people stuff that people get to do every day that, sometimes get taken advantage of because
Mm.
you don't realize how important it is and, limited time on this earth. So
True. True. Yeah. Yeah. No,
yeah.
100%. And pit bulls are the best dogs. I don't care what anyone says. Pit bulls are the best dogs.
They're the I mean, they're total opposite of me. I feel like I should have like a
Yeah.
border collie or someone that's like, will go running with me. I take my little pit bull on a run and she's like, after 1 mile, she's like, no, let's go back to the couch. So yeah, no, they're awesome, but they're just full of love. So yeah.
There you go. All right. Finally, Friday night, LFA 222. What can fans expect from the Bosnian bombshell?
Uh, just expect fireworks. Expect a really fast-paced fight and about a lot of bombs being thrown.
There you go. All right. Do not miss a scrap.
Excitement.
Exact. Excitement. There you go. Do not miss this scrap, ladies and gentlemen. LFA 222 this Friday night from the Foxwoods Resort Casino in Mashantucket, Connecticut. Tickets available. Ticketmaster broadcasting live on YouTube. But our girl's going to be on UFC Fight Pass, landing them bombs on the main card. Taking on Aline Pereira, the Bosnian bombshell, is looking to add another name to that resume, ladies and gentlemen. Nejra Repp.